A good day, everybody. My name is the Sobre Boys or the Fatsi. We are doing the show called the Big R Solution Sports Program. I'm together with Lasborn. Lasborn, welcome to the show and greet the viewers. Lasborn?
Yes, afternoon, Mr. Chavalala, and to the viewers out there. I hope that they are ready for the part 2 of the show, and we just like to bring nothing but exciting local news to the viewers out there. Yes, thank you very much.
You are going to lead me as far as the local news is concerned.
Yeah.
The league has not yet started, but good news. Top 8 is starting this weekend, and then what an exciting news that we got this morning, but we'll share those news maybe a little bit later, preparing them, but we'll talk about that. But now I want us to analyze what is coming. Lastborn, just give me the fixture this coming weekend.
Okay. So our MTN game is starting. MTN games are starting this weekend. We've got Orlando Pirates as kickstarting the tournament. They're playing against Moroka Swallows, which is this is the original Soweto derby. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game. A very, very interesting game. And then we also have Golden Arrows later on at 6. It's playing Golden Arrows versus SuperSport United playing at 6 also. That's a very interesting game. And then on Sunday, it's a big one. We've got Kaizer Chiefs versus Mamelodi Sundowns, 3 o'clock. And at the same time, also, we have Amazulu versus Cape Town City. So that will also be an interesting fixture. So I don't think there's any easy fixtures, actually, during this top 8 tournament. So all games will be very interesting. All teams are strong. I don't see any weak team. It's going to be very hard to predict the outcomes and the scores, but yeah, we just hope for a very interesting game of football during the course of the weekend.
I want you to analyze the games, starting with Orlando Pirates, the original Soweto derby. But before we go there, I want to say to you, I saw on Twitter Benny McCarthy saying Amazulu are very strong, stronger than Chiefs. All right. And now Benny says, but he was not saying it in a very disrespectful manner. He was saying they are stronger than Chiefs. And if Chiefs can go up to the final of CAF, he says he sees a bright future for Amazon. Well, that's a story for another day. So I wanted to say that. Another thing is we hear news that Nokovic is not settled again. We don't know what's happening. But as time goes on, we'll get the news. Again, tomorrow, the big one, the case of Royal AM with the PSL. We are looking at one very closely. And we hope we'll get the outcome so that the league can get started. So that's what I wanted to say before you start. Let's go straight to it. You lead me, Pirates and Swallows.
Okay. Starting from Swallows FC signings, they've got they beefed up their squad. They've got quite a good squad. I mean, the likes of they signed a player from Orlando Pirates, which I think is a loan move. Monya Puelo Saling, next Mamelodi Orlando Pirates player. And then they also have Justin Muoo from Orlando Pirates also. He's on loan. and then they've managed to get Mwape Musonda. Yeah, this was a very interesting signing that they've managed to get. And then they've got Ketutula Ndlovu, former Utangati FC player. And then they also have Tulani Njumayelo, which is Bibo. Very good signing also that they have at the moment. And then the news just came in also that they have managed to sign Tebogo Langaman from Mamelodi Sundowns. So that's also a good squad. I mean, a good signing. Just knowing that recently Spiso Hlanti just left Morocco Swallows to Kaiser Chiefs. So they've managed to get a good left back replace. Or I think that's a good replacement. You know, it's a lot of experience. Tebogo Langaman has a lot of experience, and he'll be able to also add in depth within the experience that's being surrounded in the Swallows FC camp. But coming to the game on Saturday, it was very
Before you
interesting.
go there,
Oh,
remember
okay.
even Ngobo left Swallows.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I wanted also to mention that. What's your take? Swallows, are they signing old crocs or what? But they play the so-called old crocs. Remember, Cheese Boy is there, he's doing well. Tabo Matlaba, who's a very, very exciting right back. And you may say they're old, but Swallows is competing. Swallows is really competing. So before you go to analyze, what's your say? Are they signing old players? Are you happy with that? What's your take?
I expected a lot of young players joining Swallows. I thought that they were going to do justice when it comes to that, because I feel like even last season they had so many experienced players, and they still adding on top of that even this season. So my worry is just one thing, that I wouldn't want to see them where they were last season. Yes, they came in and they did a sterling job last season, but they started off well, which after then started to actually bite them, because they didn't have the legs to actually carry themselves into matching the consistency that they have and the form that they had before. So I'm very worried about that. Yes, it's good to have experienced players, but I feel like there's so many experienced players going to Swallows, coming in. And I expected a lot of youngsters, to be honest, because I feel like it's a team whereby it needs to be revived by a lot of youngsters also, because it's the next generation. But yes, it's good to keep the experienced players to keep the team balanced and still manage the team. But I expected a lot of depth when it comes to young, fresh, quality players, so that they are able to compete and sustain themselves longer than last season, in terms of chasing for the league and probably staying in a comfortable position at the top. So this is what I'm actually currently worried about, but anything can happen during the new season. So yeah, they've got good players. I'm not saying that they don't have. They've got a good squad though, but let's see how they will unfold and what can they give the club.
But they say, why do you want to change a winning formula? If it's a winning formula, look at this way. Swallows fresh from Glad Africa, all the way to top 8 for that matter. They're in top 8. Normally, all teams that come from Glad Africa or the second division, they fight for survival. That's not Swallows. So don't you think that probably they've seen that formula, this formula is working, then they need to stick to the formula?
It worked for the first couple of games, but now there were too many draws during the last campaign. It became a problem. I mean, we all did say that they don't have the legs to carry themselves throughout. I mean, you can't win games by 1-0s, 2-1s. Most of the time is draws. So they had less opportunities coming in the second round of the season. So we expect more from that. yes, it's a winning formula that they have, but they obviously need to do better. So by doing better, we need more squad depth, which was something that they were lacking. They played nearly with the same team over and over. The coach would substitute players only later on in the game. Yes, the players manage, know how to manage games. This, in terms of game management, I think Swallows was one of the best teams that did that last season. Imagine the likes of Viomere, Cheese Boy, playing games 90 minutes week in, week out. That was very surprising for players their age. So, but that's why I'm saying that we just want a lot of squad depth. I think that will help them to actually elevate even more than what they did last season.
Last ball, what is win? Whereas 1-0, 10-0, 20-0, the fact of the matter is they're in top 8. 1-0, you win the trophy. 1-0, all right? You win the cup 2-1. So what is the yardstick? What is the yardstick? They're in top 8, they're in top 8. So I think that's what determines, Yes, as much as you say they've been drawing, but I'm saying there are some yardstick that you use. Top 8, they're in the top 8. That's one of the yardstick. All the way from Glad Africa, they were not fighting for relegation, but they were there fighting to be in the top 8, to remain in the top 8. For me, that's an achievement. They've done well. So maybe it's a winning formula. All right. So maybe my take, I would say, they should, as much as they use this experienced player, but they should slowly but sure gel the young ones into the squad, and bring them into the squad. So probably that will add something else. Because you are right, you need to think for the future, unlike for now. But at least they have retained their status to be in the PSL. When you go to Glad Africa, it also affects you financially. So they are even in top 8, which is quite good. So that's what I would take. But let's dive into the game between Moroka Swallows and Orlando Pirates. Last ball. I want you to lead me there.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, lead me with the game between Moroka Swallows and Orlando Pirates.
Okay. Coming through, it's seeing Orlando Pirates. I'm coming back to the point of I've seen Orlando Pirates play 2 weeks ago, against Kaizer Chiefs. In the Black Label Cup. Yes, Chiefs were the better team on the day. But judging from what I've seen from Orlando Pirates, I was very pleased. Even I could say how the fans managed to pick their players for the competition, to play in the Carling Black Label Cup. Seeing the likes of Mango being voted to play and start the game. I mean, that was something that he's been struggling with via game time last season, but now he was voted by the fans to play, and he played a good game. So I'm very interested in seeing him play more, and I know that he can do a lot of damage, and I think he's fit and healthy now to get back out there again. He looks hungry. He seemed hungry, and seeing Lodge again also being involved in the mix of things. So it will be very interesting on how they manage to keep it to dominate the game against Swallows. I haven't seen Swallows play. I haven't seen the games, but with the signings that they have at the moment, I think that with the players that they have, they are able to, go pound for pound with Orlando Pirates at the moment. They've managed to get stay good players at the moment and stabilize their squad. So I don't think they can struggle when it comes to the game against against Orlando Pirates. They will. I think they'll give us an interesting game. They'll manage the game. The only way for us to actually judge prior to that game is during the first half, I guess. Then I think we'll actually know between the two teams, where they're standing at the moment. Who's actually ready for the season, who actually isn't ready for the season. So all I can say, it's going to be a very interesting derby. It always has been. They always give us an entertaining match. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the game.
Now, you spoke of the signings for Sundowns. Any signings for Orlando Pirates? Any players that we should look for this coming game, which is a big one?
Yeah, it really is a big game, but I could say based on the signings that they have, I think we've seen them, but I I I still feel like they're lacking. There's a certain department that I feel like they're still lacking, and which is the striker part. They need a solid number 9. Orlando Pirates need someone to stay there and be that number 9. There's a player called Tsegofatso Mabaso. He's a very good player. That's a very good striker, But due to injuries also last season, week in, week out, I hope that this season he will be able to be comfortable and stay longer in the squad so that he can give them something. And it's great seeing the young player, Zakele Lepasa, is back from injury. That's a very, very brilliant player. That's one of South Africans, I could say, a future talent right there. That's someone worth watching in the next coming a couple of years. So even Capetinho Mango, was great seeing him coming back again. So I hope to see those players play as just start the game, and I know that they'll give something different going forward for Orlando Pirates. So yeah, it all depends on who plays. That's all I can say, because we all have our own opinions based on who should play, who probably the coach should see fit based on the starting 11. We haven't seen the starting 11 as of yet, so we don't know or to predict at the moment. But all I can say is, with the players that they have, yes, they've got a good squad, but I feel like they can do better. There's certain departments, as I said, within the strike force. I think they need more. They need more manpower there and someone solid, So it will be just interesting on seeing how it unfolds on Saturday during the first game.
I know you guys have been complaining. We have been complaining about what is his name, Hlatswayo. Is it Hlatswayo?
Yes.
Who plays at the back? But I can see lately he has picked up his game. He's starting to do well now, and then I'm sure there's some positiveness in Orlando Pirates since Tembingosi Lodge. So those rumors have died up. Big up to the manager who manages him, Jasmine Mashachane, for issuing out a statement to say he's with Pirates, he's got a contract with Pirates. So I think that has died out the anxiety. So I'm sure Tembingosi Lodge is looking forward to prove a point. Not only him, Vincent Pule too, whom I believe is one of the exciting young men. And then I'm sure they want to prove a point. So Pirates has a lot in store. And then, it's going to be very exciting. As you said, the original Soweto Derby. Now, let's dive into the next game.
Okay, so the next game on the day, it's SuperSport versus Golden Arrows. It's a very interesting game also. I read an interesting article last week of Bradley Grobler. He says that he wants to hit I think, what is it? I think he wants to hit 25 goals this season in the league. So he's already starting to set the bar high for himself. So that's one player that I hope also. He struggles with injuries, and he always starts the season well, but during the second round of the season, injuries start catching up with him. So that's one player that I hope that is able to become consistent this season. So with them, I think it will be a very a technical game because both teams, they're not teams who are shy to play, and both teams are good offensively. So it'll be a very interesting game offensively because we also how Golden Arrows played last season, what they were doing last season. They had a brilliant season. That was one team which also would go pound for pound with any team. They don't sit back or hold back. So that will be a very interesting game also. And mind you, Golden Arrows were actually listed as one of the fittest teams last season. So I'm definitely sure that even this season, they will be carrying the same capacity. I don't think they would want to drop their standards. So I think teams should also be scared playing against them because they're a team with high levels of energy and they just want to keep on going and playing. So let's just hope that the departure of the former coach, Mr. Mngazi, doesn't affect or didn't affect the whole morale of the team, which they had last season. But it will be also a very interesting game to watch and to look forward to during the later day.
I wanted to say, as you are saying, they've been described as the most fit team. And then don't you think that was attributed to Ngazi? And now he's gone, new man. We don't know whether the culture will change. Who's the new man, by the way, at Golden Arrows?
I'm not sure. Right? Did we touch base the new coach?
Okay, no, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
So
we'll get his name. We'll get his name. Yes, yes.
With the new men coming in, probably even the culture may change. All right. So, but for this game, I'm not saying that. But one another thing that I wanted to mention, I see the teams in Durban or in Natal or KZN, they are starting now to remind us that KZN used to be a powerhouse, all right, during the time of the late Cedric Tulu, Ace Nigati. You may not know them because you are very, very young. Samora Kulu, before he comes to Kaiser Chiefs, they were powerhouse. So I think we see the emergence again of the teams from KZN. And in that fold, I also include Marisbeck, who also showed a sign of they've come of age. But nevertheless, while we are still there, let's talk about SuperSport. Remember, this is a game of two teams, not only one team play. SuperSport, what's your take? As you analyze SuperSport, what do you think of SuperSport? Are they going to be the worthy opponent or what?
I feel, SuperSport for now, I think psychologically, probably maybe, or mentally at the moment, I don't know, with the problems that they're having currently, in terms of players also, the salary issues also, the rumors that we keep on hearing that with them, they are currently or facing financial struggles, but these are just rumors. Nothing's been confirmed as of yet. But judging from the players that are leaving, I don't think at the moment it'll be a team whereby I can say that I'll put it first, on top of Golden Arrows, because you know it hasn't given me or it hasn't shown anyone the depth that it can possess or that it used to possess a couple of years back. Even the signings that they managed to get right now, I feel like they can still do more, because it's going to be a problem where if they would start losing players, then it's a problem, because there are a lot of quality players that they've started losing, and at the moment they've got a huge task and responsibility ahead of themselves. So coming to the game on Saturday, I don't see them going pound for pound with Arrows unless we see something different. But I feel Golden Arrows is a stronger team than SuperSport going to that game.
Your predictions, starting with Pirates and Pirates with who are they playing, by the way?
With Swallows.
Yeah, with Swallows.
Yeah, Moroka Swallows. Uh, I'm going with Pirates on this one. I think Pirates will win the game.
Score?
Yes.
Score?
2-1. 2-1. 2-1.
I'll remind
Yes.
you. I'll remind you on Saturday. And then the other game?
Okay, the Arrows and SuperSport. 2-0 game. Moroka, Golden Arrows wins the game by 2-0. Yes.
All right. Yeah, we know that Saturday, Sunday, we also have games. Let's touch on them quickly. Although we'll talk much about them on Saturday morning. But let's talk about the other two games on Sunday.
Yes, on Sunday we've got Kaizer Chiefs versus Mamelodi Sundowns, and then we've got Cape Town City versus Amazulu. The Cape Town City and Amazulu game very interesting because remember Benny McCarthy won that game. I think it was his first game playing against Cape Town City. He managed to beat his former colleagues. I think it was 4-1, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so it was a very very good game. That was a very good game, but I still see Amazulu winning that game again. Yes, Cape Town City, I think they've managed to beef up their squad, but even Amazulu managed to do the same also. So I'm going behind Benny McCarthy with this one. And then...
Do you want me to say, remember Benny has a qua with them. Has a qua with, what is this? Cape Town, you know, he has never, the way they treated him. So he still wants to prove a point. I'm sure they also want to prove a point that Benny, our son will teach you one or two things. So it's gonna be very interesting game. Looks like a grudge game. Not only that, Kaizer Chiefs and Sundowns, a big grudge game. This is a very big grudge game between the two teams. You know, the rivalry between Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs has taken another level. More than the rivalry that was there between Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. Sundowns and Chiefs, the rivalry is very, very strong. What's your take? A quick one.
Kaizer Chiefs to win the game. I can't predict the score for now, but I see Kaizer Chiefs winning the game. Not that I'm being biased or anything, but I see great things so far for Kaizer Chiefs. With Sundowns, I feel like there's so many players. Yes, good quality players. I'm not disputing anything, but I feel like right now, they are a team which I think teams are ready to actually face them. But if they are not mentally and well prepared to face Mamelodi Sundowns, then Sundowns will manage to keep on winning again. But I see Kaizer Chiefs winning the game on Sunday.
Mshishi might surprise you. Mshishi might surprise you. Not only Mshishi, you know, Sundowns has predators, you know. They are very, very strong. But we'll see. We'll talk more about this game and the other game of SuperSport on Saturday morning. Last one, that was the show today. No Messi special today. We spoke a lot about Messi. I know you love that part of the Messi special. We spoke a lot about Messi today, and then so it's better to say for today we have done enough. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thank you to the viewers for keep on supporting us. Guys, continue to subscribe, continue to like, continue to comment. Last one.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Shabalala. Yes, thanks to the viewers out there and for the numbers. You know, we really appreciate it so much. Continue to like, subscribe, comment, drop any comments, whatever that you feel like you would like to tell us. Would really appreciate the comments, and then we're able to engage, with you guys. So thank you very much. And yet again, get well soon, Mr. Jackie. We really miss you on the show, and we hope to have you back as soon as possible.
Yeah, on the closing note, Barcelona won the Gampa Cup, both the ladies and the guys. Ronaldo, they were beaten and he was taken off second half. They were beaten 3-0. And then the ladies were beaten 6-0 by Barcelona to Juventus. Thank you very much. And good luck to your teams. I know Jackie with Amakosi. He can't wait. He can't wait. Jackie, Kosi for life. I know you. Thank you.
Thanks.